Okay, How's it, everybody? Welcome into the Paper Plane Inn. I'm Mikota Nui, and thank you guys for waiting for me to come back live. It is so good to actually see you here, guys, today. Did you guys actually have a good day today? Did you eat well? Did you rest well? Did you also have a good day at work? If not, then I hope that today would actually be a little bit more brighter. You get to relax and actually just chill today. It's because we're going to be having ourselves an art stream today, and I am looking forward to doing this, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys here today, so... Ice Drake, Alex, hi, welcome back, it is so good to see you guys here again. Courier Dan, hi, welcome back. It's so good to see you guys here today. I am doing okay, but, I think if I want to be a little bit more honest to myself, my sleep schedule is a little bit on the poor end. Well, to be honest, that's kind of on me because I spent the past couple of nights staying up just so I could actually get some artwork done because, well, I'm a bit of a night owl, and why break tradition, if you will? Well, to be honest, as you get older, it gets a little bit more and more harder for you to get proper sleep. So, remember, chat, it's important to get proper sleep, so that way you don't actually end up feeling incredibly groggy, incredibly tired of the next day. Take it from me. I am very guilty of this. I stayed up until like around the wee hours of the night. Oh, Savage, hi! Thank you so much for the sub for 11 months. Oh my God, almost a whole year. Wow. But thank you so much for subbing me. Thank you. I have to carry heavy monitor down a couple of flights of stairs for about 40 minutes. Oh goodness, are you gonna be okay? Well, I hope you got to get plenty of rest after doing that. And Detective Kudo, hi, welcome back. I'm doing okay. Hydration is also important, so I keep a sports bottle of water, next to me. Very good. I'm actually glad you're taking care of yourself in that part. You're not the only one who's a night owl, because I do end up being a night owl sometimes. But yeah, that is true. When you're young and in your at best at your 20s, because when you finally reach around the 30s and a little bit older, that things get a little bit hard to maintain that night owl life. And trust me, I tried, and I feel incredibly exhausted after just staying up until 2 in the morning at best. But I'm trying my best to get myself proper sleep. That's kind of a losing battle, but I'm still trying. But yeah, it is important that you guys get proper sleep, so that way you don't feel incredibly exhausted, incredibly tired. Maybe around midnight at the worst. Some people need to go to sleep a little bit more earlier than that. I try my best to clock out at midnight. And, yeah, that's a bit of a losing battle, but I'm still trying because, yeah, I still need to do stuff before I actually go live on Twitch. And, yeah, I need some improvement, but yeah, that's one thing I do. Good. You are guilty for this. Guilty for making a... Hey! You know, you're not entirely wrong. For those who actually saw my Patreon and also are basically following me there, which I'm going to be bringing this up right now, I release, that is where I get to release early access of my art that is available for anyone to see there, but other benefits such as getting sneak peeks, getting to see time-lapse of videos, and sometimes I also got to draw goods. Yeah, goods. And they are also available there. I am still making more alts when it comes to, well, the goods that I actually have in my Golem? Golem, what is this? Go back all the way to the beginning, Golem. Restart the tavern beats. Thank you, Golem. And, Cracker Jacks. Okay, there we go. She stays up so she can draw. You know, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah, I am prone to doing that. And, well, to be honest, last night I did make some progress when it comes to one of my previous Patreon art, if you will. And, you know, let me go to the podium. Why don't we actually go into the podium so I can actually do a bit of show and telling over there, okay? So... okay, there we go, and... Arashi, hi! Welcome back! Long time no see! It's good to see you again! Funny that you actually do mention that, Boy Splatty. Last night, I actually spent working on trying to make progress on the alts that I did on one of my previous Patreon rewards. And, that one is basically... let me just try to open up my Patreon image real fast. This one here, where I get to design Nui in a Yor Forger cosplay. Most iconically, the Thorn Princess attire, because it's iconic right next to her red sweater, red sweater attire. But I like this one better. And I spent last night trying to make the alts for this, and the reception in the inn for releasing because I'm looking for feedback on my progress so far. The reception at the inn is very fairly positive. And yeah, even Steve also is very even Steve is also very much looking forward to seeing this. I mean, yeah. I wish I could provide context, but let's just say that so those are your prices. It's a bit of testament to your skill. Yes. Wait, has my card passed by? Oh yeah, it has. It has. The commission board has passed by, and yes, those are my prices when it comes to my commission work, and I try my best to make sure that they are good enough for my clients. Let's see. And yes, who did the... yes, Alex? Mickey, what is Gremlin up to this moment? She went out in her shed again. No matter how many times we tried asking what she's doing in there, she will not provide a proper answer. But I know that she actually spent a good chunk of time in there doing her projects. I mean, I still don't know how... it's still baffling that she actually has something that keeps her busy. But I think I chose to let it be because I don't want to find out what she's doing in there. And I don't want to and I think it's better that way. So maybe she just want to keep herself busy this time around. So it's best not to summon her this way too early. Unless you... Look, I don't want to have to pay another bill to the inn because it's hard to maintain this place. That has to be where the tab is. Maybe. We still don't even know what the tab is. So, without further ado, but yeah. People in the inn got a lot of bonks. Yeah, I mean, in a sense, yeah. I mean, I'm looking at the inn right now, and I saw the positive reception there, and anyways, well, how do I actually describe this? Take this outfit that I took from the Thorn Princess attire, and I simply remove the back hem of the dress, remove this hem of the dress, and basically all what's left is basically the straps. Let that sink in. As I'm gonna close this up, and I'm gonna go ahead and actually go get myself ready for work. The pillow toss ain't working? What? Let me actually test it out. Okay, Hold on a second. Let me actually do some maintenance testing. I think I may have to restart, the tits. Hold on a second. Let me actually do that. No stream is without scuff. No matter how much I try to, fix that up and change that. I feel you on that, Mickey. I had times where I couldn't go to sleep right then and there, and I end up napping the whole night away, or until my body finally stops and actually sleeps. Ooh, that doesn't sound good. And you know what? That's also... I do not blame you. I understand that very fairly well, because when I stayed up way longer than I should, I became so incredibly exhausted that I barely spent most of the day sleeping. And when and the one thing I hate about it is that, later at the evening, the fatigue is gone, but I am now even more wide awake. Also, hi, JC.
Hello.
Hi. Hold on a second. Let me test this out, okay? It could be that,
we testing
my pillows are not working.
Oh. Uh-oh.
I know, and, okay, it is working now, so that pillow is on me, alright? Alright, let me just test this one more time. Yep, it's also working. Okay, ow. But yeah, the pillows are now working, so that's now on me, okay? Maybe it's just my OBS being a dumbus again. Well, but yeah, it's working now, so that's one piece of good news.
Yeah.
Okay, so, thanks for the head pats, Arashi. Thank you. Alright, I saw the plushie fly, maybe use those. Oh, okay, just stick with the pillows. Well, I have been thinking about taking a page out of Corey's book and make a new throwing system that's based on people who actually sub to me at the once a month. Ow. But that will also require me to make a server so that people would actually, so I actually get to know who actually subbed to me on tier 2s to tier 3s and whatnot.
Oh, hello, Shads.
Oh, Shads! Hi!
Tier...
Yeah, I was just... There's more.
No.
But yeah, I was just talking to Chad, catching up, and also telling them on... that I spent last night trying to work on the alts to the Nui cosplay I did back in March. And, I just told him the reception is very, very positive. I mean, you guys saw it back in the inn. You guys saw it back in the inn, so... Yeah. So, let's see.
Wowzer.
Alright.
Wowzers.
Yes. Sorry, I must go. I can try to come back later. We shall see. Alright, Emerald, you take care, but please, you take care, and you're always welcome to come back. Alright, now that we actually got, those out of the way, I think it's about time we actually get to the meat and potatoes of our stream today.
Meat and potatoes where?
Which is basically this one here.
Oh, yeah!
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Everyone, this is the subject for today's stream, as you can actually see into the label of this, of this VOD right here. Which, this is our subject for today, a Storm Herald Barbarian Firbolg. Which he was conceptualized during my time when I was playing the Viking game as Aina. That I decided to make something a little bit for myself, and I actually made a lot of notes when it comes to making this guy. His name is Balder Ragnulf. He is a son of a war chief raider, and he wishes to actually carve his own path so he can actually stand out from what his father actually has made. Has a bit of a Viking and a Celtic aesthetic, and he's the equivalent of someone who's like in his late 20s, early 30s. And he stands around 7'2". When I was making him, I had to ask a lot of help when it comes to, well, how do I barbarian, if you will, because I've never actually made, of all my run when it comes to Dungeons and Dragons, I've usually made support / spell casting characters. Never have I actually go outside of my comfort zone and design someone who is, you know, much more the tank DPS range, and this is so I had to ask about when it comes to Balder, if you will. And I also went through the trouble in figuring out which name would actually suit the bill for him, because I actually did so much research when it comes to designing my characters. Let's see. Absolute cleaver of a sword, or the gauntlets like got. Jexa just asked for stew with meat and potatoes next time. Oh, you know what? That is, yeah, that's something I should definitely make one day. Some meat and potato stew for the inn.
God damn it! I'm getting hungry. Please.
I am so sorry. Nothing.
Bad time to mention I was getting Jersey Mike's tonight.
You motherfucker!
I never had Jersey Mike's. That definitely needs to be fixed, should it?
Yes.
I've only tried them recently. Their sandwiches are good shit.
Okay, so let's see. Now that we actually got those notes out of the way, we're gonna actually go ahead and turn off the color test, and we should actually get to work on making the ink. And now,
I just changed my. Speaking of barbarians, I just changed my icon to my own.
ink phase, ink body. Hey, listen. Which type of storm? You said. Yes. I'm making him a tundra build barbarian because, given that he was created when I was still part of the given that he was created during my run in the Viking game that I mentioned in the past, the Raiders of the Serpent Sea, I figured it would make a lot more sense that he's actually a tundra build barbarian. Because I envision this guy to have who has an ice type build, because you can actually do that in Dungeons and Dragons. Did a dunk redeem? Oh, okay. Who did you dunk?
Oh, he put Shads in the jar.
Sorry, Shads, the people have spoken.
Oh.
Any last words?
Does the Firbolg fit?
Shut up! Okay! Going down.
God damn!
There he goes. Now he's in. What are you the way that you are?
Good Lord.
Explain.
Word.
It's going to be a reoccurring joke. No matter how hard I tried, it's going to be a reoccurring joke.
Oh,
Did you make this guy as a character you would play, or the one you could date? Yes. 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 Yes.
Yes.
because, yeah, okay, you guys got me. I still have Firbolgs are still my favorite when it comes to D&D races. They are the perfect middle that is between man and a little bit beastly, okay? I mean, yes, there, I said it. Okay, I'm fine, I'm cool, I'm fine.
Okay.
Why are you guys the way that you are? But your hubby is still
because we're just agents of chaos.
Ugh. But your hubby is still the best man. Yes.
Steven?
Yes.
Of course he is.
Yes.
I should know. I got crushed in a bear hug by him at HarmonyCon.
I'm. How does it feel that you actually got bear hugged by someone you didn't expect that actually gave you such a bear hug?
I mean, it was just nice to see him again, honestly.
I mean, I just wish we actually had more time when it comes to the HarmonyCon, you know?
I mean, that's not your fault.
No, it's not. But, well, what can you actually do?
Excuse me.
No, you're okay. But, okay. Let me just go read chat for whatever,
Oh, speaking of the devil, there he is.
Honey! Yes. In his throne where he should be. What? It's the perfect seat in the house for him.
Yep.
Wait. Because I could totally use this in the campaign. I know what.
What the?
Oh! Wow, that is that's not perceptive. I don't know what is.
What?
What?
How do I actually describe this? How do I actually describe this? I mean, you're not entirely wrong. For those who actually have to squint really, really, really hard into the layers folder, I just let me just bring her in and just for a quick measuring stick. There it is. Yeah, there it is. Okay, You're not entirely wrong. You're not entirely wrong. I kind of made this guide. Not only it's just for me to testing out, but also for Aina. Yeah. You got me.
Wowza. Anyway.
And compare the two, she only could reach right over there. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go get back to work. What? Why y'all looking at me like that? What? Why are y'all looking at me like that? Dad looking at me like that.
I'm inclined to quote now. Oh, I'm the only one that matters. You see, you hurt my daughter, and now I'm going to fuck you!
Breathe! I hear breathing red! What are you talking about?
You want to know what we're talking about? We're talking about
No, I say this again. I say this again, just for posterity. Wowza! Anyway.
You want to know, honey, you want to know what we are talking about? We're talking about a hamster struggling with a banana.
Shut!
Even Steven getting in on the teasing. Jesus Christ!
That does.
I'm always scared to do the teasing because I'm afraid someone's gonna punch me if I go too far.
The fear is well founded.
I'm gonna go and read chat.
I hate to dip so soon, but it looks like something came up on another server, and I'm kind of interested, so I'll probably be back, hopefully.
Alright, but thank you for coming. coming.
Okie dokie,
Of course.
artichoke.
Also, does it still fit?
Shut!
Jesus Christ. It's funny because I know exactly where he's going. Are you okay?
I don't even know if I am gonna be okay.
Oh shit. Miki, I think you're going into a tunnel.
Let me read chat before I actually do, okay? Let me see what Savage said. I will bring it to, and then he will be amazing because, it'll be amazing when he, means so much when he steps you in the tunnel and you freak out.
God.
Oh, this is going to fade. Fade. Okay, fade. I'm going into a tunnel. Where do you go? My pants!
No! What happened?
Honey, are you dragging her away from her show?
Gremlin! 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 No! No, Gremlin! On pipe?
Oh, God.
What? How?
Huskerman was working on tab. And when Huskerman heard the car, it suddenly, suddenly pipe hit in my head.
Oh no. Gremlin, are you okay?
But Huskerman, I think it's gonna be fine. They actually hit back me, but they also hit back Goliath. Yes,
How does one head pet Goliath?
yes. I tried to pet Goliath in the past, but I accidentally hit nuts.
Oh.
Yeah, she did.
Wow.
I was sent to the moon afterwards.
Oh.
And I
Did you have
refused
fun?
to let her back. I didn't let her back in the inn for a whole week.
Did you at least have fun on the moon?
Huskerman got lots of cheese.
She did. It's the only reason I let her back in.
Yes. Huh? Wait, Huskerman got sacrificed. What's this? It's a sacrifice by Chicky again.
What kind?
Is this one that has catnip in it?
Catnip.
Catnip?
Huskerman actually feels fine.
What?
You okay? Oh.
Uh-oh.
She's chill now.
I thought she was gonna get zoomies.
Let's not jinx it. Come here, you little one. Come here. And, what do you see, Gremlin?
Huskerman see colors and she's flying.
What else?
Huskerman is flying. Huskerman trees. Oscar knows this feeling before. Yeah. This is the same woods that has gremlin no... wait.
Come on.
They're going to kill me! No!
What the fuck? Oh my god.
Gremlin. I tried to warn you. I did try to warn you, Gremlin. Come here. There. You want to go back to the hole? I'll take that as a yes. You want to go watch the shows? Okay.
Okay.
Want some chocolate milk before you go?
I'll take the chocolate milk. And I'll also take the platinum coin. Right, hold on.
Platinum.
Hold on.
Where did she get a platinum coin?
I don't want to know.
Also, hi.
You alright, brother?
Getting a little better. Getting a little better. Anyways, what did I miss?
Gremlin had a chocolate laced with catnip, was doing all right. Then it seems like she had a bad flashback to a bad memory.
Oh.
Hey guys, what did I miss? Oh, Culminate, hi! Welcome to the Paper Plate In. Thank you for the follow.
Gremlin's a gremlin from a forest.
Wait, why is the coin jar open?
Gremlin apparently took a platinum coin.
Why would she take one? She took what? No! That's my one platinum coin! Ah, man!
I'll get it back.
Why would she need one piece of platinum?
I don't know. Maybe for another project.
I mean, what could be possibly worse than the tab?
You say that like you know what it is.
I don't know what. That's the thing. I don't know what it is. But she's been keeping herself busy in there every now and then. Let's see. Isn't one platinum just 10 gold? Well, yeah. But those things are kind of hard for it to come by, you know? Most of the people usually pay in either silver and gold, and a good chunk of the change is in copper coins. So that's my one and only platinum coin. Like, bruh. Well, she had a nasty flashback when she got catnip pie. Wait, she did?
Yeah, apparently the gremlin doesn't react well to catnip. I don't know.
This is similar to the time
I kind of showed up late, so I got nothing.
You know, that's fair.
Yeah, I actually just got back from the mall. Rachel took me there so that I could get myself a little something for my birthday.
Oh, what did you do?
We went to box lunch. I got myself some one-piece socks, one-piece hat, and some candies.
You got one-piece merch? That is so cool!
Yeah, I got some devil fruit socks. I got a baseball cap with the Straw Hat Pirates logo. It's pretty cool.
Oh, that is so cool!
It's actually the first One Piece merch I've ever gotten for myself.
Oh man, I would love to have more One Piece merch out there. In fact, I'm kind of on the fence on getting myself one of the statues that's features one of the characters from One Piece.
Oh, I actually got really tempted to buy one of the statues from this Asian gift store that was in the mall.
Oh?
There were so many fairies there, so many. I should have taken a picture and shown you.
Oh, I would have actually loved to see that, man. But that's okay.
Next time I'm there, I'll take some pictures.
Okay, it's a deal.
There were also some Buddha statues and also these fountains with like Asian dragons and crystal balls.
Oh.
Yeah, it would actually like make the ball rotate with the water. It's mesmerizing.
I think if I'm there, I would actually check out if they have any incense sticks or something because.
Oh yeah, they've got incense fountains too.
Oh, I would actually love to see that. Let's see.
Incense fountains are something else.
Which character, Nui, for as in one of the One Piece statues? How do I actually describe this without actually getting no matter how hard I try to ignore it.
Okay, may I take a wild guess?
Yeah.
It's either gonna be Nico Robin or Boa Hancock.
I never said it's a female statue, but
Oh, okay.
Is it the giraffe boy?
I wish. Not a day goes by where I am not upset that there is no statues that's related to Kaku. I am forever upset on that bit. But I still have the next best thing.
Hmm?
Yeah? There is no way to go around this because no matter how much I try, chat will always bully with an E to me, and hey, might as well just rip the band-aid. Rob Lucci.
Lucci.
Yeah, I mean, of all antagonist characters from One Piece, Lucci and Kaku are really the ones that actually, I have a strong bias to, and I cannot say no to both.
Honestly, I can't blame you. Lucci has a sick goatee.
I mean, yeah, right? And, well, he is just one of those antagonistic characters that you can't help but love to hate, but also, you also can't help but feel cool. He's also really cool too, and
Oh yeah, he's super cool.
I know, and he has one of the most
He's
iconic
also
devil fruits.
He's also part of my favorite arc too.
Really?
Yeah. I love that whole arc when they were going to save Nico Robin, and also I friggin' love Sniper King.
So, I mean, yes, it's still Usopp, but it's also one of his way to actually help contribute the party after the initial
What are you talking about? Usopp ditched the team because they wouldn't save his boat. He sent his pal Sniper King.
Pretty sure New is looking a bit lower than the shit. I don't know what you're talking about. Yes, it's I mean, yeah, you're not entirely wrong. You're not entirely wrong. I can't. His design, especially his time skip design, is it's something that I can't help but actually look a little bit, take it all in when it comes to his design. Yep.
You want to suffocate in those pecs, don't you?
Yes.
Okay.
You're saying this because you looked up his design for what he looks like and the time skip in it.
Oh, no, yeah. I know what it looks like. Picture
Oh.
from the movie.
Okay. It's not okay. I know more gals obsessed with Doflamingo. You know, that's fair.
I honestly, with Doflamingo, I just love to hate him. He had that design that I just could not wait to see Luffy break his sunglasses in.
And his backstory is also tragic, but it was still enough for you to but it's still enough for you to actually realize that this guy cannot be really saved. He will be someone you would love to hate, but other than that, not so much.
Yeah, no, in my opinion, there was just no way he could have been saved at all. He doomed himself from the start, thinking he was better than everyone else just because of his, divine blood or whatever.
I mean, yeah. But that code is good though. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. The code makes for a very distinct silhouette.
Let's see.
Doflamingo, when you are attracted to the concept of red flags. Pretty much, yeah.
Who do you think might voice Chopper in the live action version? I'm not sure, since I've yet to actually see the live action version of One Piece, but I heard that it's
Sorry, go ahead.
I heard that it's actually a bit good in its own right. It's not a completely 100% faithful adaptation, but they still made it work.
I don't really have much interest in watching the live-action version. I prefer the cartoons.
Fair enough.
That being said, it did get my pal Slickframe into watching One Piece. He just made it to Alabasta.
Oh, and I just can't help but remember Dom's remark on what Alabasta, what the Beefy Kingdom is going to be like, and you know what? I'm not for it. I like to live
I'm
life
down.
on the edge. Let's see.
So does that mean that Miki is gonna have it? Or sorry, does that mean that Violette is gonna have her own crocodile to go up against?
I don't know what the Beefy Kingdom has in the back pocket, aside from that one upcoming ball arc that's going on there. So I'm just gonna, open to anything that's happening there. I'm open-minded to what the Beefy Kingdom has in store.
I am prepared to crush a tyrannical kingdom with nothing but Mira's thighs.
Not too
They do a
bad.
D8 of damage. I can do it.
I watched the
By the way, I have a
action-
theory as to what's going on with Mirda. It's just a hypothesis, but I don't know. It's something.
Okay.
Let's see.
I'm wondering if part of me thinks that Mira's turning to stone, but I don't think that's the case. It can't be that simple.
I won't sell.
I don't kiss and tell what's going on with Violette either.
Hmm.
At least until we finally finish up the Beefy Kingdom arc. I'm just, if anything, I just like the breadcrumbs I leave behind when it comes to Violette.
Hey, listen.
Who says? Boy Splatty? Let's see. Thoughts on Mihawk? Mihawk is fine. He's fine. He's pretty good. I mean, he's good looking, but nothing clicks with me when it comes to Mihawk. Everyone has. I mean, he's not bad, you know.
Yeah, I think part of the problem is that his presence is kind of scarce. You know.
Scarce.
That kind of is part of the charm, though. When he pops
Yeah.
up, you know something's about to go down.
That is true.
Much.
That is true. You know what? If I may pull a Kirby comparison here, he's the Meta Knight of this universe.
Not fucking wrong.
Just without the mask
Hmm.
and the
Oh, no,
and
he
the
wears a
wings.
mask.
What? Wait, he wears a mask? Mihawk?
What?
You just don't see it.
Ah, an allegorical mask.
Oh, I thought you meant like a literal one.
Ah, not in my tit! Ah! Ow!
Ow. Friendly fire, blue on blue.
Should I actually make his hair also a ponytail, or should I make it a braid?
That is an excellent question.
Because the concept for the initial design, I did give him that of a ponytail, but what do you think, Chad? Should I just give him a ponytail, or should I just give him a braid?
Oh wait, do you mind telling me what you're working on?
I am working on a Storm Herald Barbarian Firbolg, if you will. And he
Okay.
is a character.
Are you going with like a Viking aesthetic for him?
Yeah.
In that case, I suggest a braid. Braids are very Viking.
Braids are indeed kind of Viking.
And I would know, I'm descended from Vikings.
So Baldur is currently making his own path in the world rather than having it than his father's path, possibly as an adventurer. Pretty much. I mean, I made these notes right over there when it comes to designing Baldur. And yeah, he's a son of he is a son of a war chief raider, but he actually wants to carve his own path. And for someone who is a tundra build barbarian, meaning that he's a barbarian that can actually has ice properties in his into his attacks and bunch. He actually has the most passionate, boisterous personalities. That's borderline fiery, if you will. Whereas Aina in comparison is someone who is a light cleric, meaning that they have fire base and bright light aesthetic. That she has basically a stoic and reserved personality that's borderline cold. I like that design. I like that design aesthetic, if you will.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, contrasting characters are really fun to put together.
Mm-hmm. Damn straight. Well, we haven't even called that can literally turn a waifu at This is true. But, oh, suddenly I've been reminded of Bon Clay and, oh... Thank you for your service. Thank you for your services and sacrifice, you beautiful being. Please tell me I'm the only one who remembers him.
I remember him.
I remember Bon Clay.
Good, I'm not the only one. Okay.
He was the shapeshifter guy, right?
Yep, the one with the clone fruit. By just touching somebody.
Yes. I remember. And oh my goodness, he was a real one during that prison arc.
He truly was. And yes, his sacrifice was not truly in vain. In fact, he just became the next leader when it comes to that when it comes to the safe zone of Impel Down. But yes, he's happy. I'm happy that he's alive, but there's no possible way he'll ever be free. And Oh, that hurts, man. It's bittersweet. It's incredibly bittersweet.
Like, I didn't think I'd get attached to a character like him, but darn it, he was such a good guy.
I wish I could actually make a character that is in a similar caliber that is Bon Clay. Someone that you actually someone who is actually a little bit on the goofier end, but they actually left an impact that you can't, possibly ignore, or you will always remember them from time to time. I wish I could pull off a character. I wish I could write off a character that has that caliber.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's see. Would this make a little bit more easier if I just used brushes for the fur? It would have, but a little bit of a time crunch here. Okay, I may have to, now for this part where I'm trying my best not to, okay.
Focus.
I'm focusing! I'm focusing! I'm fine! I'm fine! I'm fine! I am...
Are we now?
Nasha! I am
You
fine!
might be focusing on the wrong thing.
I am fine! What are y'all talking about? I'm golden! I'm Gucci! I'm trying to make this just about right. I am fine. I am fine. I'm fine. I just
looks like Steve has something he wants to show you.
Yes, dear? Dear?
He's on webcam.
Dear? Oh, okay. Honey, shit! Stop looking at me with that face! Shit!
Do I need to get a bat? Chat, help me here.
Wait. What redeem has been done? Okay, it's this kind of redeem. Oh, this'll kill the mood real fast. Oh,
That's the idea.
okay.
I never get tired of that.
This is where I gotta go. I gotta finish things up at work. Love you, hon.
I love you too. What the fuck? Okay, fine. I'm gonna have to concentrate and draw. Okay. With you saying Aina is stoic, it makes me lean to her having Amaterasu as a deity. You know, you're not wrong. I mean, it's either that or Amino Musume, so... It's just that, at the end of the day, one of these... It's just at the... Okay, Braid, please
Wait, with the idea of having Amaterasu as a deity, does that mean she can praise the sun?
You're not entirely wrong. Miki goes ooh when she sees not that color. Why is chat man? Chat is cooking today with all of these remarks.
Oh man. Oh man, I need some water. I'll be right back.
Karma.
Say that again. Say that to my face. Say that to my face right now.
It's called karma, Batam.
Oh, I'll get you for this.
I mean, Musume did do a half-naked dance to prevent the apocalypse, you know? Maybe in a separate campaign, maybe in a separate campaign altogether where it's
Karma.
Let's see. And with Amina Musume, you can show folks the dance of your people. That would also mean that she also ow! Hey! Okay, chat. Okay, let's see. The Kagura dance is part of the Miko culture, so you're not entirely wrong. Let's see. But yeah, you're not entirely wrong. But for the for having Amino Musume for her deity, maybe in a different campaign where it's similar to the Dirty Deeds one, then I might consider it. Ish. Maybe. But this is not one of those days. Okay, so let me go ahead and start.
Why does everyone's sunglasses gotta be sussy? I don't get it.
What? I'm sorry?
Half of why Ami did that dance is to wake Amaterasu up.
I mean, oh yeah, that one. Now, I tell you, quick rundown. How many people here are actually aware of that kind of story when it comes to, how Amaterasu just suddenly, had suddenly went to a cave and everyone tries to get her out of it? How many people here are aware of that story?
I have the broad strokes.
So, broad strokes, but not the whole picture, so I guess I could help explain to the chat so they would actually have a better understanding to it. So
Okay, I'm back, and I had to take my pills.
welcome back.
Ugh.
So I guess I could explain a little bit on that story. So once upon a time, when Susanoo, who was trying to go into the underworld, decided he actually takes a bit of a detour route and actually sees his sister Amaterasu, who was initially not so happy to see his presence, but he says, he says to his sister, "Please don't. I just want to hang out a bit. In fact, why don't we actually do a thing together to pass the time and do some a fun round of God creation, which is just, taking a little bowl of clay and actually make some creating gods." So the two actually did partake a little competition, and they actually made eight gods. But the rules are so goddamn obscure that they both are winners, but they are not really happy with that. And Susanoo, in a fit of a tantrum and a rage, throws a flayed pony into the Weaver Hole, scaring one of Amaterasu's handmaidens that she fainted and died on the spot. Amaterasu was bummed about this so much that she decides to go into the cave to actually stay there, if you will. And her being in this cave is a really bad thing, because without the sun, things are very dark. Plants are starting to die. And what's worse is that the yokai or demons from the underworld are starting to ooze out and try to wreak havoc to the mortals and everyone in between. So the deities and the mortals actually decide to do something about it just to get her out of the cave. One tries to bring out roosters out by the cave, so when the crows when they crow, it'll make her come out, but it didn't work. Second one was to actually bring out a magical mirror that is for her to actually look when she gets out, and this also does not work. So, running out of options, Tsukiyomi, the god or goddess of the night, it depends on translation, goes to Ame no Musume, who is the goddess of the dawn, and goddess of the dawn, joy, and as well as dance. and actually ask Amino Musume to actually do something, and that's to, and I'm not making this thing up, to actually go dance and go for a dance and actually basically do a strip dance, and she actually does. So the riot of the party, the roosters, and everything else is enough to bring Amaterasu out of the cave, and she actually saw everything that is going on outside, that she eventually comes out of the cave. And they actually eventually seal the cave so that Amaterasu doesn't actually do that ever again. And as for Susanoo, he was basically banished, but eventually got back into Amaterasu's good graces by having his own adventures that deals with him slaying Orochi, slaying the 8-headed Orochi, and basically gave the magical enchanted sword that is from Orochi to Amaterasu, and things are okay again. And that's the story. That's the story of Amaterasu, who decided to go into a cave, bummed out for a while, and it only took a big party that's led by Amino Musume to actually get her out of the cave.
Only in Japan.
Yeah. So that's questions.
Only in Japan.
That's questions, death threats.
I still can't believe that's an actual part of the story where she did like a half-naked dance just to, I don't know, stall for time, I guess?
Well, more like...
Actually, it was specifically to draw her out. Like, it was a last resort thing, and they knew it would work.
Right.
I have to say, though, in base concept, it's kind of interesting. The idea of breaking a sun god out of depression by throwing a big fucking party.
I mean, it did work. Let's see. In my lore, Tsukiyomi is gender fluid. Their gender changes by the phases of the moon. Oh, that actually is so cool. That actually is a really cool design.
God, and here I just gave my son a guilt complex.
Why would they have a guilt complex? Lab.
It's complicated.
Okay.
So if I just to say, they're pretty convinced that they're responsible for the death of their sister. So.
Oh. That's actually very similar to one of the to one of my OCs actually. But that's a story I won't bother with unless you want me to.
Well, I kind of need a moment to actually pause and take a break and get myself something to hydrate for a brief while, and then I'll draw. So feel free to take the floor for a bit.
Okay, well, in that case, have I told you? I haven't told you much about Agency of Magic, right, Catman?
I've heard snippets, but not all that much.
Okay.
I've heard snippets and seen a few of the character profiles. That's about it.
Okay, you've just seen the character profiles?
What few you put on the toy house, anyway?
Okay. The main guy with the red coat, the big brown hair, that's Peter Tremaine. Basically, before he was in his current team at the agency, he used to be part of a team that was really highly regarded and headed by this human named Cyrus Beowulf. And despite having no magic of his own, he actually ended up stopping a serial killing by a necromancer who intended to use the bodies of the people he murdered to try and gain some power. And since he stopped that necromancer almost single-handedly, it raised him to fame and near fortune. But he, of course, being the stand-up guy, gave it up. And Peter was on a mission with this guy who was pretty much his mentor, and he got injured, but by an unknown monster at the time. And Peter tried to save him, but his anti-magic blocking capabilities blocked all the healing potions that he tried to administer. So Cyrus ended up bleeding out because he tried to help. And thus Peter's carried a guilt complex ever since.
Ow.
God, it must suck for your anti-magic capabilities to affect magic items too.
Oh yeah, it is very much a double-edged sword, and kind of limits what he can and can't use.
But he still makes that thing his biggest strength every now and then, innit?
Oh, absolutely. It's just that part of the problem is because his reputation has been damaged at the agency, he can't get good work. He's currently stuck doing basic monster extermination, like slime infestations, for example.
Ouch. Okay, Miki, concentrate.
Which I should clarify is way below his pay grade. That's something they would give to like entrant, like first level employees.
I'm sure there will come a point in the story where he does turn that around, would it?
Yeah, that's the whole point. In fact, I'm thinking of placing a theme in the first book where he's trying to find some way to make up for what he did, but in reality, he's just trying to find a way to forgive himself.
Aww. I actually like that kind of story arc. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the guy was 14 at the time. There was nothing else he could have done. He did what he could, and, I was actually thinking there could be a character moment where he sees, like, a mouse getting chased by a cat, and he wants to help, but he hesitates, and the cat ends up playing with its food, and torments the mouse until it finally kills it. I'm trying to set up the notion that Peter hesitates to help because he feels like he'll just make it worse by trying.
It's happened once, what if it happens again?
Exactly.
Fair. Okay, Miki.
Donovan, ain't a relatable feeling too. The one time I tried to help, I just made it worse. It's going to happen again.
Exactly. I feel like that's a very human feeling to tackle.
Concentrate.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm fine. I'm just trying to concentrate. I'm okay. I am fine. I am golden. I am going into a tunnel. Wait, what?
Welp. Well, I had the floor for a decent amount of time, so I'm content.
Yeah, you actually got to talk about your stuff for once. How's it feel?
Felt nice. Honestly, I'll take that over nothing.
Yeah, finally some engagement. Goddamn.
Yeah, exactly. I still want to share some more concepts, but
He's back already?
I mean, oh, hi, Gremlin.
Ignore the muscle TD. Where? Over there. Yeah! Muscle TD is more an innkeeper's thing. Alongside with innkeeper likes her food groups. Big soft eggs. That's coming from
Big soft and also big beef.
Yes.
But now I have to ask, what does the Gremlin like?
Ask him my next Chucky.
You know what? Ask a stupid question.
As well as also stealing shit.
Yeah, speaking of, the innkeeper really wants that platinum coin back.
But
Is there any chance I could trade you for it? I do have some chocolate cake. It is my birthday after all.
Ask him if he has no, that's a broken ether crystal. Husker has this plate. Oh wait, no, it's actually haunted. Never mind. Yeah, yes, no, maybe. Huskerman actually has this dream catcher.
Hey, Dreamcatcher's nice and all, but I really would like to get that platinum coin back for the innkeeper.
It steals nightmares and put them into real life.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's worth a chocolate cake.
Alright, fine. Let me go look over again. No. Dad. A Skirman has a statuette.
Okay, but it's not what I asked for.
It's made by electrum pieces.
Made out of electrum?
Yes. And
Okay, but it looks like they're fused together, so I can't really use that.
well, fine. A Skirman has this tooth then. Meh.
You know what? I'll just take the statue. There you go.
But this is a nice tooth. Started by Uncle Strad.
Oh wait, Strahd?
Yes.
As in the vampire.
Yes.
No thanks. I'm allergic to teeth.
Why not?
Like I said, I'm allergic to teeth.
Hey.
I'll take the statue. Thank you.
Yeah, the trade is done.
Thank you. I made it myself.
Also, how can we put back the tooth? Uncle Strad might be looking for it though.
Yeah, I don't think I want to have it when he comes looking.
That Strad got eviscerated by Buff Conforce Arc. Huskman also punch vampire and then start tooth. Which is actually a funny story though. Let's see. A Gremlin wants to start for
Well, what happened?
What does she get?
You have bestowed me with this magnificent fruit, therefore I shall grant you a wish.
I wish for the platinum coin!
It is done.
Gremlin, you okay?
Huskman vomit lots of coins.
Just help you clean these up.
No.
Welp.
What did I miss?
Well, the gremlin returned your platinum coin.
And a lot more.
There's quite a... Yeah, I think she returned with interest.
Oh, that is nasty. It smells pungently sweet. Eh. Okay, where's my ring? Oh man.
I also got this electrum. I also got this statue made out of electrum.
But why did she have what? Since when did she have that?
That is an excellent question. I don't know why, but it's just a bunch of electrum coins fused together.
It looks like a Wario statue out of electrum pieces.
Man, Wario would not be happy. He demands gold and nothing else. What? This is below my pay grade!
Besides, I mean, do you know any stores that take Electrum these days? I doubt!
Oh well, this would make for a nice paperweight at least.
Okay, Mickey, concentrate.
Anyways, yeah, I tried to get your... I tried to get it, but to get your coin back conventionally with, like, chocolate cake, but then someone gave the gremlin a star fruit. So I just
So
wished it
Chance
back
took
that
it.
way.
Well, I think it's better for a harmless wish than a, you know, potentially harmful wish. And the wishes that aren't really exactly as they are. So, question, what is Baldur's motivation? He wants to be his own man, but what does that mean to him? Well, okay, that's a good question. I was thinking maybe in the leagues that he wishes to actually, explore more what the world actually has to offer, because given that he was grown into a world that is full of the where it's mostly frigid cold and survival, he knows that he wishes to actually have more than that, and actually wishes to actually know a bit more of the world. Especially since there's, I don't know if this counts as borderline spoilers, but it needs to be said and done so that way it'll help flesh him out a little bit more. Especially since he has a knack on collecting things that actually caught his interest. Such as artifacts of cultures that he has never actually heard or seen before, and takes pride on collecting that. Yeah. Especially artifacts and bunch that is similar to where Aina actually is from. Does that actually help make more sense? I think I may have to do the sword in a whole different layer.
That's what I typically do with my props.
Yeah, because I don't trust myself doing this in the same layer. A crown is nothing more than a chain. Pretty much. Yes, boy Splatty? Harmless? Now, people know you have multiple platinum coins will likely try and raid the inn to steal them. I don't... Yeah? Huh.
I mean, you could always use the platinum coins to invest in better security.
This is true. I mean, this inn has seen better days. I mean, after all, it has been, it really has seen better days. Ever since I took over this place years upon years ago, I try my best to keep up, but, you know, running an old building costs a lot.
Yeah, and you're mostly cleaning it by yourself with Steve, right?
I still have help from time to time. I mean, there was once upon a time I did actually got help from an old friend. Well, friend is kind of a stretch, because we, don't know much of each other. We don't know each other much, and there's been some tension between us because we once upon a time knew someone before. It's our one connection that tied us together, but eventually, you know, we decided to make up and bunch and just actually become and she actually helped out where she could by just becoming one of my barmaids. But sadly, she also has to leave, and well, I actually don't blame her. She still wishes to make sure her daughter has a better life.
I know this person. Is this? Did she leave before I came here?
Yep. In fact, long before most of y'all came here. Let's see. I think if anything, Steve is also, Steve and Extension, Dave and Comic Page, they're the ones who actually got to know her. Does this mean Steve has to wear the barmaid out? No! No, Red!
Oh, jeez.
Imagine.
Imagining Steve in that, that's scary.
No. There are some things I do not wish to process in my head. That is one of them. No, I don't want that. I know. Okay, trying to draw a water skin is, okay.
Well, I actually used to own a water skin.
Yeah?
Yeah, back when I was in the Boy Scouts.
Oh!
Yeah, I actually got my eagle, and I took that water skin with me on several of our campouts. It was camel skin.
How long did it last?
Quite a while. I think my dad still has it. Might still be in the camping supplies.
Well, I hope it still is durable after it has been last used.
Mm-hmm.
My nose is suddenly itchy. Blech. Okay, I'm okay. Yeah.
Oh, wait. Oh, man. When your nose gets itchy, does it feel like something's biting the inside of your nostril? But that's what it feels like for me sometimes.
Let's see. Mickey, when coming to bed and steal no! Oh no! That is so bad. No. Oh no. No. No, Chad, that is bad. That is terribly bad. Steve is no. What am I gonna do with all of you? Dead ass. What am I gonna do with all of you?
That's an excellent question.
Hey. Let's see. But I will say this, if there's one thing I actually like designing when it comes to Baldur, is that, if I were to word his character in the same style how Bricky describes each of the faction of the Space Marines, I think mine for Baldur, this may be a little bit me, improvising a bunch, but it goes something in lines of this. Baldur, Ragnolf. Baldur Ragnolf, a powerhouse, a powerhouse, a tank, an absolute goddamn goofball. Because, remember how I said that how he has a bit of a passionate personality when it comes to how he was and also in combat too? This also extends to how when it comes to relationships, if you will. Like, he's the type of guy who is actually not afraid to actually showcase, not afraid to actually, let me just look into my notes, if you will. He's a type of...
Sorry, just popped my spine.
Nah, you're okay, you're good. I haven't seen that. Okay, okay, I need to do this redeem real fast, so let me just actually do this, okay? Okay, so let's see. Suffer my existence like you are around 7, so he's an Ogren but hot? More or less. I mean, it's been a while since I've remembered. I need a refresher on Ogren again. Let me just do that real fast. let me just that one. And Glitchy, Yummo Hair, hi, welcome into the Paper Plane Inn. Thank you for the follow. Let's see. He's the type of guy
Raven's Lover, thank you again for the birthday message. It really did help me. I was having a bit of a rough morning.
Well, I still want to say again, happy birthday to you, because I know you're sick. It doesn't change the fact that I just wish that you're gonna be okay.
Yeah, I'm slowly getting better. You should have... Oh boy. You should have seen how bad it was on Saturday.
I can only imagine.
I basically, started getting shortness of breath, muscle weakness, and, worse, I had a fever, and I ended up going to bed early, and it was just... it was a very feverish night. It was very slow.
Yikes.
You know how your mind seems to race when it's all fever-induced?
I think I had something similar when I got sick with COVID.
Yeah, pretty much. It was like being sick with COVID. Although I don't think I have COVID.
You might want to get tested just to be safe.
Okay, yeah, I may as well.
Okay, let's see. How far did we actually draw this dude? Let me turn off the sketch. Only that much. I'm only gonna do his chest hair and, well, his other hair, basically offline. I mean, not offline. In a different layer. Because as easy as it is to actually, just draw it out with the sketch base like that, if there's anything I learned from doing Bearwold's commission when it comes to his Firbolg, I have to think outside of the box for the hair. And let's see. One set of YouTube vids I'm listening to Gab the Gob story. One of them is a story about a pair of immigrants. But yes, Baldur is the type who he may be a person who is incredibly passionate when it comes to his personalities, but he's also the type who's let's see, who actually does look out for his friends and is actually and is actually the one who's who has almost of a sense of a boyish charm ish. I don't know if that's the right word for the job, but is also the one who's actually likes to take care of his friends every now and then. And by taking care, I mean is not afraid to actually is actually not afraid to provide you with drinks and actually have a good time with you, if you will. And he also has a sense of and he also is the kind who is not afraid to protect his crew, such as that if you actually come anywhere near him, you know, he's not afraid to actually hit you with a backbreaker if need be. I mean, he's a Firbolg! The man! One of the most, one of the iconic giantkin races in D&D. They may be gentle giants, but at the end of the day, they're still giantkin folks. Yes, they may be docile in some cases, but you don't want to fuck around and find out. And also, let's see, everyone deserves a happy birthday, wouldn't you agree, Miki? I did. Let's see, I'm almost done when it comes to, lining out his body, so... One of the two actually plays a giantkin. Oh? One of the two actual playable giantkin races. Oh, yes. And yes, I will actually, be a little bit more honest, and I know this will actually fuel the chat a little bit more, but I'm gonna keep saying this until the cows come home. Pun very much intended. But yes, Firbolgs are just the perfect race for me. That is the middle between beastly and manly, if you will, and like large proportional bodies, significant amount of body hair, and personalities that can range from docile to passionate. And also has the beastly features because of their ties to nature. Are you seeing how much I'm gonna rest my case before chat actually retaliates further.
Alright, I'm actually gonna dip for a little bit.
Sure.
Alright, I'll be back.
Okay. Yep, they're hooked. And hey! Sometimes goading chat to get the Firbolg is a mistake and a half. But then again, I'm also making a mistake and a half again. I did not learn my history. Hey. Let's see. Man, when I start playing the Firbolg from next Ravenloft game, Nui is gonna explode. You do know Celine is committed right now, right? She's got Ismark. You know, one of the notable characters from the Ravenloft / Curse of Strahd games. You did this yourself. Why is this a thing? But I wouldn't mind when the day comes where we do go back into the Ravenloft campaign. In fact, for a while I couldn't help but actually think back when it comes to how the game kind of went, as well as the budding romance between Celine and Ismark. Typical druid main, going after the ninja hippo. Although, I was gonna say that I've yet to see a Firbolg that is around, that someone you actually see in a Wild West setting. But then I remembered, I technically do have a character who's a Firbolg that is set for a Wild West setting. In fact, let me just do this real fast and loose so I can actually showcase him to y'all. Okay? Let me just grab this fast and loose into... Where is he? But where's the one that features both of them? Yes, there it is. This is the one I'm actually been talking about. AKA the Blackjack Crew. Byron and Nia. Byron as in the Order Cleric, and Nia as in the Artillerist Artificer, which I think I may have to change her to that of a Battlesmith because of the buddy turret that she has there. But it also becomes a gun. I don't know, because I never went outside of Alchemist in terms of Artificer. But yes, Byron is kind of meant to be that of a combination to that of a preacher slash sheriff, if you will. I don't know. Timber joins up in the Artillerist Artificer. Nice. Dewey casually pulling up one of her many Why is this a possible thing? Oh, and Ravenloft is coming sooner than you think. Oh, I am looking forward to that! Oh shit, I need to actually start drawing Celine's family.
I keep forgetting most important things to do in the back of my mind.
Okay. Let's see. But you know what's one thing I would love to participate for D&D? One that is set to the Wild West. I've showcased the Blackjack crew that I've made. I just wish that I could actually, I just wish that there's a campaign that actually could suit both or one of them. I don't know. I mean, it's just that D&D has settings that takes place in a gothic horror, that takes place in gothic horror's place, to that of space, but I've yet to see a D&D campaign that takes place on the Wild West. I would like that, you know? Because you can have so much potential when it comes to the Wild West setting of D&D. Like, come on! One day knowing there's a Radiant Citadel setting with your name. The world is wanting to start up a Warhammer Fantasy game. The world needs a hero, but until then, you'll do. There used to be a Western D&D setting, but they haven't touched it for ages for no good reason. They did? But what happened, though? I mean, Pathfinder was able to have their own Wild West setting of a game, but why? Satsitlan is Radiant Citadel is basically Wild West, just south of the border. Wait, hold up. Dog pause. Hold up. So, you're telling me there's a chance? Okay. Alright, just had myself something to drink. Okay, Greyhawk is called? Oh! Oh, for, even has a god of justice is straight up an isekai cowboy. Oh, okay, that makes more sense now. Okay. I mean, but yeah, I wouldn't mind for one day for a Wild West type of game, because I would actually love to play as Nia and... Oh, Ellie! Hi! Long time no see!
Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. Yes. You're all going downtown. Never mind, I have my toast. My toast is...
Oh no.
What do you mean, oh no? I'm hungry!
Make sure you don't burn it.
No, it's done. That's why I went to get it.
Ah, okay. False. Okay, my bad then. She just realized.
Listen, I've only almost committed arson twice.
Excuse me?
What?
Wait a minute. I think I done diddly goof.
What? I only almost committed arson once. Or I'm sorry. I almost committed arson twice. But the second time wouldn't have been considered arson, it just would have been accidentally burning a kitchen down.
Please don't burn the kitchen.
Well, no, I'm not doing it. Not now. I was about to, though. Because no one told me when I was little to not put aluminum in the microwave.
Oh! Yeah, no?
The second time I almost burned down a barn.
You what?
I almost burned down a barn.
Oh no.
Yeah, apparently grass is a lot more flammable than you thought.
Oh,
Oh, god damn it.
that's kind of fair. I
Yeah,
mean,
grass is a lot drier than I thought it was gonna be.
did you get in trouble?
No, because I stopped it before the fire happened.
Oh, okay, that's good.
That's why I said almost committed arson.
For me, I kind of almost burned down the roof of the house, back when I was younger, back in the Philippines. And that's a story because that's because Miki, child Miki back in the day was the epitome of stupid, if you will. Cause so back in the Philippines, we have this second floor that is only be accessed by the back of the house, and the second floor is kind of not fully refurnished, and as such, it looks like it has seen better days. It's also where we actually used to store some extra stuff up there, that if you will. Like, most of them is just building material. I like to go up there in the second floor just so I can actually have a place to myself, and to also have my own little bit of fun, if you will. One day, that said fun involves with a candle, because I like to actually burn stuff with it because I am a dumb kid. And suddenly I just remembered I'm kind of hungry and I want to go for a snack. So I went downstairs, but I did not extinguish the candle. And as such, half an hour to an hour later, there has been some people saying out loud that there's fire is going up in the second floor, and I look out there and I just saw that there is fire starting out in the second floor, and it took a lot of our relatives to actually extinguish that. But they actually learned that there was a candle there that has not been that was the cause of it, and yeah. I got in trouble for it, and because I didn't learn any better, and I was very stupid.
Well, I mean, both times I fucked up, I was underage.
Yeah.
But I never actually started a fire. I almost started a fire, though.
We did
I start fire all the time because I'm so hot. I hit my leg!
Oh dear! Oh no! Are you okay?
I hit my shit.
Oh no!
That hurt.
You're okay!
God said no.
It's gonna be okay!
I hit my leg on the table. I don't need it to be amputated. I'm fine.
It'll eventually get better. It's just gonna sting for a while.
Again, it doesn't need to be amputated. I'm okay. I promise.
Okay. I mean, I just can't help it. I'm just that kind of neurotic when it comes to my friends. Cause
Empath.
yeah.
Empath. I know. I have many friends who are empaths.
The only thing I did was to worry my family was getting hit in the head a lot. Oh, dearie.
My. I know. I think you've said before that you have siblings, but I have an older sister.
Mm-hmm.
How far apart are you and your sister?
About a year apart.
Okay, so with me and my sister, try 10 years. My sister is my half sister, one time when I was about 6 or 7 years old, she tried to convince me that I was dropped on my head as a babe.
Oh no.
And because I didn't know how to do division,
Oh
and my sister got really mad and frustrated because my mom made her help me with my homework, and I could division is just not something I could do. And she was like, "You had to have been dropped on your head as a kid. Everybody knows how to do division," and I felt really bad after that.
no. At least you didn't. Well. And you still couldn't get to these days?
Oh, I fully believe I've dropped on my head. I'm stupid.
Fair enough. For me, if it makes you feel any better, I also couldn't know how to do division either. I can actually do addition, multiplication, and subtraction. Division, on the other hand, I can't. I literally can't, if you will.
Division's dumb. I don't like it. But no, no, I love telling that story to people. They're like, "Oh my god, like, is she like really awful and whatever?" Like, well, I mean, my sister and we were closer, but she was mean. She was mean to me when I was younger. She was really mean to me.
Yeah, I understand. I can understand that. Even my
I'm
sister
not
has
new.
her own.
Raven's lover. I'm not new. I've been here before. I just don't come. I don't pop up all the time.
So, but it is still a welcome surprise when you do. You know.
Oh, I'm always welcome because I'm so cool and awesome.
Let's see.
I'm so awesome and cool. It would be so awesome. It would be so cool.
Let's see. I fell down a flight of stairs as a toddler. Oh gods!
I fell down 2 flights of stairs after doing stuff with my husband.
I think the only time I actually did fell that warrants that I had to go in the hospital was when I also was a toddler at the time. I think I was like 2 and bunch. My mom was trying to get herself into a shower where I was on the family bed because she must have placed me there to keep to be so I don't actually go anywhere. But I then must have actually move around and bunch that I actually fell off from the bed, and then suddenly my mother, as she recounts, is that I started having a seizure at the time. That
Ooh.
when she saw that, she quickly had to put on some clothes, and by that it's just basically a slip or something. And then she had to take me to the hospital because I was really having a seizure that badly. But eventually I got a little bit better after my time there in the hospital, but I'm very much convinced that the seizure must have done some irreparable damage to a degree on me.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense. Usually
Yeah.
seizures that young should make some sort of an impact.
Yeah. What did I walk into?
Talking about child trauma.
Yeah.
Childhood trauma. No, so it's funny because so my sister and I are half sisters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Same mom, different dads. My sister came from my mom's first marriage. I came from me and my brother came from my mom's other marriage. And you see, my parents were one of those parents that's like, you guys are related, you're sisters. We don't do the whole half sister thing, right? Like they were like, you two are related, you're sisters. And so all my life is just she's my sister. There was never a half or anything like that. And we had moved when I was fairly young, and I was probably about 6-ish years old. And I had no idea that my sister had a dad that was still like around and kicking. Sadly, he passed away a little bit after this story. But you know, I found my sister and I were sharing a room, and I found photos of her dad and her. And so I went to my dad. My mom and my sister weren't home, but I went to my dad and I was like, "Who's this?" And she was like, he was saying, "Oh, that's your sister's dad." And I'm confused. I'm over here like, "I thought you were her dad." He goes, "Well, I mean, I'm her stepdad." Already, my brain is absolutely blown. Absolutely do not understand what step siblings are. They're step kids, stepdads, stepmoms. I don't understand what's happening. It goes from my dad trying to explain what step siblings were to me sobbing in the kitchen because I think I'm adopted.
No!
Oh no.
And my dad is trying so hard to explain this because, like, my parents were one of those parents that's like, we don't baby our kids. If they have a question, we're going to answer them as honestly as we can and as simple as we can, depending on how old they are. Right? They never minced words. They always were very forward and straight with me. But, like, like my dad just was not good at explaining half siblings. Because now I'm like a child. I'm a little kid. I don't understand half siblings or whatever. And the conversation divulged into me thinking I'm adopted and my dad begging me not to tell my mom that we had this conversation. Oh. I didn't tell my mom until like a year after my dad passed away. Like I told that to my mom and she's like, "Yeah, it's about right. That sounds good." God damn it.
Oh, but did it change anything at all from your dynamic with your sister at the time? Or everything is still a-okay?
We have lawn mowing people out right now, so scouts have them.
Oh!
Yeah, sorry. Any hooters. Yeah, I told my mom and my sister that like a year after my dad died, and it was a very funny story. I was like, my mom was just like, "Yeah, that's a very dad thing to do." And honestly, it's probably one of the better stories of my dad because my dad broke the law a lot.
I'm trying to process that right now.
Me too.
Have you ever seen a guy play Pokemon Go on the highway?
No!
No.
That is something my dad did often. He did it often.
No!
To the point where I became numb to the fact that he was doing it. And I had to remember, oh, this is breaking the law. So when my sweet Gavin was in the car with us for something, and my dad was playing Pokemon Go, doing fucking 80 on the highway. Gavin's over there about to shit himself. And I'm like, oh shit, this is illegal. I forgot, this is illegal.
Oh, no!
I'm surprised my dad only ever got one ticket, and it wasn't even for that. It was for having... My dad was the driver. Yes. My dad was always the driver. My dad was the most reckless driver I know.
No.
No, my dad did not give a shit. He did not give a fuck. But thing. He did not care. Another thing that he would do. So my dad and I, the last about year that he was alive, we worked at the same warehouse, right? And my dad and I would go together because I lived at home at the time, and so I would just hop in his car and we'd go. And when we would go to work, sometimes we would have to work on a Saturday, which was like our Friday night. It was for everybody else it's a Friday night, for us it's Saturday. So sometimes we would have to work a mandatory Saturday. And I did not know about this little tradition that my dad had until after I started working with him, where, hey kids, did you know that it's illegal to have an open bottle of alcohol in your in your car?
Oh!
Well, my dad would have this bottle of whiskey. He would keep in the middle compartment of the car, and he would. He wouldn't drink and drive, but he would drink. Like he would have the little. He would give out little. He had shot glasses, red Solo cup shot glasses, and he would give it out to people in after work, and we'd all take a shot before we head home. But like that's super illegal. You should not have an open container of alcohol in your vehicle.
I can, but it still is a sweet tradition while it lasted.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, he never like drank and drive, but he drank and drove. But like you still shouldn't have an open bottle of alcohol in your car. What was it? Let's see. My dad gave me alcohol a couple times as like a prank, because like, believe it or not, I'm very much like a goody two shoes. And breaking the law. No, I do not like breaking the law. Don't mind the fact that I was smoking the devil's lettuce before it was legal here, but don't worry about that. But my whole thing was like, I'm not 21, so I'm not allowed to drink ever. And, my dad didn't just like feed me alcohol all the time, but he was just like, okay, whatever. Well, I love lemonade. Lemonade is like crack to me. I love lemonade. And my dad would make like slushies.
Yeah?
Like lemonade slushies. Did not know that had vodka in it.
And he...
So when my dad, I was probably like 17, 18 years old, and my dad was like, hey kiddo, you want a slushie? Want a lemonade slushie? I'm like, oh boy, do I? And I took one swig and I was like, oh, he laughed his ass off. He thought it was so funny. He's like, oh, are you not gonna drink that? More for me. And he just took it. I'm like, what the fuck? Yes, he made hard lemonade.
Oh, that is...
Here, small child. Oh, not small child, but like here, my teenage minor daughter. Have some alcohol that I'm not going to tell you is alcohol, and then laugh so hard when you realize that it's not actually lemonade.
Okay, that actually is a good prank while it lasted.
I mean, he only ever did it once. Any other time, I turned 21 during the pandemic, like the height of the pandemic. And my dad wanted to take me to a bar, and sadly, he couldn't do that. We never got a chance to do that. But he made up for it with years of torment of, you see, my mom liked Hooters, and sometimes we would order Hooters, and my dad would be the one to go pick it up, and I would go with him as the bag holder. You can see where I'm going with this. And what's more fucked up is that I know that I look much younger than I actually am. So imagine when I'm like 16 years old and my dad's like, hey, you want a beer? No. Why not? I'm 16, Dad. So? They don't gotta know. Dad, you could literally get CPS called on you by doing that. I don't fucking care about CPS. Come on, take a beer. You want a beer? And he knew that I wasn't gonna take it, but he just wanted to keep poking the stick at me. Be like, here, take a beer, take a swig, take a swig, take a swig. So he thought it'd be so fucking hilarious.
Okay, I'm back. I had to play with the doggy.
My dad was his own biggest fan, frankly.
Jay! Dad! Why?
Sorry, the birthday boy wanted to have a little fun.
You know, fair enough. Okay, we did our inks with this guy. And let me just,
I forgot I could do this.
Ellie! Why?
Oh, my birthday's coming up.
Okay, you know, fair, fine. My nonna made me limoncito, which I tried when you were 16, and I actually breathed fire! Holy shit!
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I think if I think when I was like in my early 20s, I remember this one time where actually I think I remember this one time that I actually got so drunk on alcohol. It scared the living bejesus out of Steve when it happened. But also he's not. I say scared, but more like he's surprised because he's never actually seen me so much of a giddy drunk before. But well, I don't actually know how to describe this. It's kind of like one of those moments where I woke up in the next day like, honey, are you honey, what just happened? And like Steve is covered with lipstick marks. That's the best analogy that I could actually describe it when I got really drunk. And then there's also the fact when I do get drunk, well, I think the best way I could describe it is that you get to see giddy Drunk Nui is a giddy drunk, and she's also the one who actually draws whatever the flying fuck that comes into her mind. And I would look into those pieces, into the Eclipse Studio Paint and say, what the hell did I drew last night?
Oh, I'm not allowed near technology when I'm drunk anymore.
You know, that's fair.
Yeah, the last time I got drunk was in public. Well, actually, the first and last time I got drunk was in public.
Oh.
And this is why I don't touch alcohol.
You know, that's fair.
Listen, I may or may not have almost gotten arrested, but it's fine. It's fine.
Ow!
It wasn't my fault.
You know what? That's okay.
It was a matter of self-defense.
You know what?
The fact that that chair almost hit that man was not my fault. He was just in the way.
You know, okay. I'm not gonna ask much. I think I'll let my imagination say for itself.
Oh, I'm whore when I'm drunk. I'll tell you that much though.
Let's see. Okay, Baldur looks really good in this, so.
He looks really good, and that's usually the end of the sentence.
I mean, I'm designing a Storm Herald Barbarian, Firbolg, who is an inspiration when I was in my Viking game of sorts. So I decided to make something similar to that kind of vibe because why not?
I need to make. I've been planning on making a Kenshi build for D&D.
A Kenshi build?
Kenshi Takahashi from Mortal Kombat.
Oh!
You don't know who that is, do you?
I mean, I am aware of Mortal Kombat. The name,
And the blind swordsman, the guy with the red bandana over his eyes.
Oh, that guy, huh? It has been a while, so it took a while for me to actually remember.
One of my many baby daddies. I love Kenshi. Kenshi's so great. I love him. I love him in Kung Lao. Him and Kung Lao and Reptile.
my favorites when it comes to Mortal Kombat is the basic food groups. Sub-Zero, Jade, Scorpio, and I think
You're the
Katana.
first person ever that likes Jade.
Wait, what?
What?
Nobody likes Jade. Jade sucks.
What? No! Take that back! Take it back! Take it back!
no.
No! Take it back!
No, Jade is an amazing stone.
Jade is a great punching bag.
No! She's not!
Oh, are you talking about a character, a person?
Character.
Jade from Mortal Kombat.
Oh, I thought about the stone. Like the green stone.
No. I'm talking about Jade from Mortal Kombat. No, she sucks ass. Have you tried playing her? Have you tried playing as her in Mortal Kombat 9?
I did.
Recently?
Well, I did play as her, but in the previous versions, but I had fun with her.
And I'm glad that you did. I'm glad that you found something in her that I could not. She sucks.
Well, it's also hard to find. It's hard for me to connect to other Plus, it's not often do I see a character who's a little bit on the tan skin, and me who has actual natural tan skin. I like that.
Hey, listen. I'm not saying you're not allowed to like her. I just don't. Because I tried playing her as her in MK9 in the story mode, and I died so many freaking times. She has an enemy for life, and it's me. If Jade has no enemies, I'm dead.
Oh.
Dan, Courier Dan says we're not talking about Jackie Chan Adventures.
No. Why would we?
No.
I said Kenshi Takahashi from Mortal Kombat. I don't know where all of you are getting stones and shit to keep up with the fucking program.
I think if anything,
It didn't come as a surprise to you, but I don't play Mortal Kombat.
I guess we were talking about it before you asked about the stone.
But let's see. For me,
We were.
another favorite but let's see. I think Sub-Zero became my favorite ever since from the movie, and yes, I also said I said movie. Those movies, and the TV
the
series.
90s or the 2021 version?
The 90s.
Oh, watch the 20. Listen, the 2021 movie isn't awful. It's not great, but it's not awful. It's like, you know what I mean? It's fine.
Passable.
If you're into the Mortal Kombat lore, no. But if you like schlocky, dumb kung fu movies, yes.
I like dumb schlocky kung fu movies.
Then you'll like 2021. But if you're like super into the MK lore like I am, then you'll have some problems with it. But I liked it because I like Kung Lao, and he had probably the best scene in the whole film, and then he died 5 minutes later because it's Kung Lao, and he always fucking dies in everything that he's in except for the newest Mortal Kombat game.
Hold on a second. I think I may have to fix up.
I love Kung Lao. Why do you have to kill him off so often?
Feeling you might have some beef with that.
I have a lot of beef with NetherRealm Studios because literally one of the biggest reasons I love, I mean, obviously it's not the only reason I love Mortal Kombat 1, the newest game. It's probably the best written Mortal Kombat game we've had ever, but also Kung Lao lives the whole game!
And that is kind of like seeing a unicorn out in the wild, or in this case,
like
the unicorn.
NetherRealm always kills him off! Always! I swear they have beef with this guy!
You know what?
It's the hat. It's not the hat. He's cute. Like, Kung Lao is probably the first character I simp over that is just, like, cute. He's cute. Also, in MK1, he has dimples. I like dimples. Also, if you hear sizzling, I'm burning my house down.
Please don't! Okay, let's see. I think we're almost in the tail end when it comes to doing the flats for him. As much as I want to continue further forward. I may have to clock out because I gotta make dinner very soon. But not before I actually do the flats for Balder.
Oh, speaking of dinner, I better order mine soon.
Oh?
Yeah, I got a coupon for a local steakhouse for a free dessert, so...
Oh! Okay, best take advantage of that, or otherwise you'll miss your shot.
Exactly, especially if since it's a birthday deal.
Yeah, I'm not throwing away my shot.
Thank you.
You know, I'm just like a country, I'm young, scrappy.
Alright, I'll see you guys.
See ya.
But
Alright.
no, I just. Wow, Jexo, it's so interesting that you say that because I am actually making the last of my bacon right now because it's gonna the meat's gonna expire in a couple days.
Oh God! Yeah, please. Please don't.
It's what's sizzling right now. If you don't hear it,
I don't, but I wish I could hear it because sizzling bacon is it's peak sound. It's one of the peak. It's one of the best sounds in the world.
Did you know that when you hear rain on YouTube, like those like 10-hour rain ASMR stuff, you know what that is, right?
Uh-huh.
You know what's actually playing, right? It's not rain.
I beg your pardon?
It's frying chicken.
What?
Yeah, every time you hear those those videos where it's like, 10-hour rain ASMR things, it's just fried chicken.
That kills my immersion for the. Oh man! But I like my rain ASMR.
I think it's funny because I just imagine chicken just smacking me in the face. God, could you imagine chicken size hail?
That actually is concerning though. As someone who has never seen hail before in most of her whole life, because I grew up in the tropics, and I finally got to about last year.
I mean, it's just hard snow.
Hail is a very interesting phenomenon for someone who's never actually seen them before.
I have a friend of mine who's also more of the southern hemisphere type people, and it's very funny whenever they come to Ohio and they see the rapid weather change.
What are their thoughts on that?
Hail-sized chickens, I feel like wouldn't be that good.
Yeah.
I knew we could never go to Jollibee again.
What? No! No! Don't take Jollibee away from me! Aw, man, I'm suddenly craving for Jollibee. It's been 6 million years.
I've never had Jollibee.
Never ever?
It's not in America.
But it's starting to slowly make its way through America.
Yes, but that doesn't mean I'd have it. Not here. No, I would say where you actually are, but I'd rather not say it. Ohio.
Well,
I said it before. I've made it clear from Ohio.
Okay, let me just try to do them. Let me try to see if there is one.
If there was a Jollibee opening up in Ohio, I'd hear about it. Hey! Just like when what's it? Just like when Buc-ee's, I guess, is popping up in Ohio.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I just checked the Google Maps, bruh, and oh man, that is the one that's close by is at Michigan.
Yeah. And we ain't going over there. We ain't going over to them damn. We ain't going over them damn near Michigans. We ain't going over there. Fuck Michigan.
What is
Yeah, I
going
got beef
on
in Michigan. All my homies hate Michigan.
What?
All my homies hate Michigan.
What's
No,
going
Ohio,
on in
Michigan.
Michigan?
Ohio State and Michigan State football are rivals.
Oh, okay, fair enough. That makes more sense. Okay.
Yeah, and I don't even like football, but fuck Michigan, only because football.
I think the only time I ever actually like football is for the commercials, and
I don't even do that.
more specifically the Super Bowl commercials. That's where the real entertaining stuff happens. At least for me.
I like the Puppy Bowl.
Let's see. All right. Now for the hard part.
Yeah, you know what? Narv. Yeah, you know what? We got beef. Tell your boyfriend if she says she's got beef that I'm a fucking vegetarian and I ain't fucking scared of him.
Okay, I definitely need reference for this because I was able to pull it off once in a previous Firbolg image. I kind of need reference to make this thing go right again.